Howdy there, folks, and welcome into today's video. Hope you guys are doing great as always out there. We've got to get into something here today. I sold $145,000 plus worth of a stock, okay? I want to get into why I made that decision to sell that stock in this video. And mostly we're going to get into what stocks I'm buying with that money and why I'm buying these particular stocks. I'm going to mention a couple stocks in this video that you might not have heard of for a long time on this channel, and maybe even a stock or two you've never heard of before. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, don't forget to smash that like button to help us out in the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate you guys in a huge way. And by the way, what do you think? Okay, we got a race going on. Financial education here, the main channel, it's on its way to 700,000 subscribers. It's about 9,000 subscribers away. But also Financial Education 3 is on its road to 100K. But that one's also about 9,000 subscribers away. So what do you guys think is going to hit those milestones first? 700K for the main channel or 100K for FE3? We shall see. And if you're looking to scale your stock market portfolio to much bigger numbers than you're at now, you want to accomplish a lot more in the stock market, maybe check out the private stock group. And if you want to join that, apply to join that, check out the link below that video and enjoy that. Alrighty guys, hey, first off, it's a green day. Can we like pop some champagne bottles for a green day? Like, holy smokers, it ain't no jokers, man. It was getting rough the last few weeks, let's just put it that way. But yeah, definitely a green day. Alrighty guys, what stock is this up here? Well, it is Shopify. Yes, Shopify stock decided to cash on this one. I want to explain why, and then we'll get into all the stocks I'm buying with the money, okay? So essentially Shopify, it's done us really well. Why did I ever buy Shopify in the first place? Well, because it's like over the long term, I think this company could be $1 trillion market cap company, okay? And so I looked at this stock and I said, well, you know, if I think they're going there over the next decade, essentially, it doesn't let me make it very clear. I don't think this company's going to $1 trillion tomorrow or something like that. But over the next decade, I think they have the ability to become $1 trillion company, a gigantic tech company. Let's just put it that way. And so if I think that, I was willing to invest in, okay? And I took my $37-something thousand profit. And here is why, okay? The first, and this is the main reason, let me be very clear, the market has turned in a massive way recently, right? Big tech has been pumping, and Shopify is not really up there in terms of like, you know, competing with Apple and Amazon and Google and Microsoft and those sort of companies for, you know, those sorts of valuations, right? But Shopify is nearly a $200 billion market cap, right? And so it is still considered big tech. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that if you were at a $200 billion market cap, you were one of the biggest companies in the world, right? And so a stock like Shopify has continued to perform amazing. And that's why we've been able to make, you know, $37,000+ on that stock in a fairly quick amount of time. It's not like, I mean, that's a short-term gain we ended up taking on that stock, right? Those stocks have just been pumping and pumping and pumping like crazy, right? But meanwhile, the under $10 billion market caps have been getting absolutely decimated and destroyed, right? The Russell was having some troubles, but specifically, a lot of the stocks that are seen as more speculative, super high growth, those stocks have been dumping hard, right? We've seen countless of those stocks down 40, 50, 60, even some down 70% plus, right? From their 52-week highs, essentially, just, you know, reached a few months ago. And so being that the market's turned, I don't think this can continue forever, essentially. This whole big tech pump, I think the brakes could start being hit on that very, very soon. Let's just put it that way. And this whole dumping of you know, the smaller companies, this is seen as more speculative, high growth companies, eventually that will end, money will rotate, big tech will chill, if not, maybe decline a little bit, and then all of a sudden, what will happen? These fast-growing companies, the ones that are seen as more speculative plays, will all of a sudden start to pump up again and move up in a major way, right? And it will be a case-by-case basis over the long term which companies really thrive in the space, right? Second reason around Shopify is valuation. This is a minor reason why I'm selling this, but we've got to talk about valuation for Shopify, okay? It has gotten extremely stretched now for that stock, right? Forward P, which is one of my favorite things to look at in judging a stock as far as its valuation goes, okay? Shopify's forward P is 384 now. And by the way, that's even higher actually because that market cap is not accurate on this particular page of Yahoo Finance. Unfortunately, sometimes they have trouble keeping things accurate. The real market cap today has been trading right around 190 billion. So really that forward P is probably around 400-ish right now, okay? Price to sales ratio of 52, okay? These numbers are woo-wee, okay, just up there. Let's just put it that way, okay, really, really up there. And I mean, if you look at a stock like Tesla that I hold, a lot of people say, oh, Tesla's overvalued, blah, 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 right? That has a forward P of 163. Shopify's around 400, okay? So, I mean, you know, you compare it to some of these other companies and it's like, geez, that's high, okay? For Shopify's valuation to somewhat make sense, if we were to go all the way out to 2024, right? Let's assume Shopify had $5 billion of net income. This stock would be trading right now at a 38 2024 PE ratio, okay? 2024 we're talking about, that's years in advance, and that would be a 38, and I feel like that would be a pretty fair value, okay? $5 billion net income, how realistic is that? Well, they expect to do about $5.91 billion in 2022, right? Maybe they do $6 billion. Let's say they do $6 billion, they beat it by a little bit, or maybe just over $6 billion. That would put them, in my opinion, based upon the study I've done in this company, that would put them at about $7.5 billion, in my opinion, for revenue in 2023. And I believe in 2024, this company will do around roughly $9.5 billion in top line revenue, okay? Now, can $5 billion reach bottom line in 2024? I highly doubt it, okay? Highly doubt it. I do believe the company will have $2 to $3 billion of net income in 2024, okay? And so if that's the case, I mean, we're talking about this stock's trading at a 70 to maybe even like a 90 to 100 2024 PE ratio right now, okay? 2024, that's, you know, insanely high, needless to say, okay? I mean, just really, really darn high. Once again, this is my minor reason around valuation, but it is absolutely a reason that I was looking at this. And I said there's other stocks that I feel like are better values out there that I can buy right now in the market, and the valuation's gotten insanely pushed up as, you know, everything in big tech has just continued to jump higher and higher, right? And so for me, it kind of makes sense to cash this one, rotate the money over, okay? Now, next question is, what stocks am I buying and planning on buying with the money, and why, okay? Well, first one up here that I've been buying is Voyager Digital. This stock has been decimated. Let's be quite clear about that, okay? At its peak, it was around about a $5 billion market cap or so, $1.6 billion here today. The stock has just been absolutely decimated, right? This is a crypto brokerage that wants to, over the next couple years, expand into stock brokerage, debit cards, credit cards, banking products. They've talked about all these sorts of things and expanding into those products over the next, you know, few years, essentially, okay? But right now, it's just a core crypto brokerage and a crypto app. Essentially, that's on your phone that you can place trades with. I actually, you know, make some moves if I'm buying anything crypto related, actually on the Voyager app, okay? Now, Bitcoin has been in a rough spot recently, right? It's now under 30,000. At its peak, it was 65,000, okay? And so essentially, when it comes to Voyager Digital, if Bitcoin's going up and up and up, yes, where essentially Voyager goes. Voyager goes up and up and up. If Bitcoin goes down a bunch, Voyager gets absolutely destroyed. And some people kind of play Voyager stock as kind of like a play on Bitcoin. To me, that makes no sense. Now, for Voyager, like if you're in Voyager, it's got to be because you believe that company's going to be a lot more than just a crypto brokerage long term, right? Not because you're basing it upon like where Bitcoin is today, tomorrow, or anything like that. If you want to play Bitcoin, just play Bitcoin, or maybe play something like MSTR, which is essentially a stock that is like, you know, the majority of their value is held in essentially Bitcoin, okay? MSTR, you want to play that? Okay, that makes sense, or just play Bitcoin. Voyager Digital is not a you know, stock that I would think of, let's play Bitcoin price by buying or selling Voyager Digital. It just doesn't make sense at all. So stock sold off heavy. I think the risk reward is pretty darn attractive there, especially that the stock has been just getting obliterated essentially. And I'm willing to take a risk on it, and we'll see how it plays out over the next few years. It's really going to come down to the execution of that management team. And they got a lot of old VPs from E-Trade and other companies over there. So, you know, I think they got decent prospects to expand and become a lot more than a crypto brokerage over time. Alrighty guys, next stock up here that I went ahead and bought And no, this is not a pump and dump, a P&D play, okay? But I have to mention that because it is an under $1 billion market cap. And if I ever mention a stock it's under a $1 billion market cap, I have to mention that because, you know, I don't want anybody thinking, oh, it's just trying to play it for a day or for a week or for a month. No, okay. Especially when it comes to any of these smaller cap companies, I'm investing in these ones especially for like super, super long term, okay? These aren't those type of stocks like I'm trying to get in and out of or something like that. A huge company, maybe, you know, if I bought Google stock and Google stock went up 20% and I thought it was overvalued, and, you know, maybe that makes sense. These smaller companies, I'm not looking to get out of them anytime soon. I'm usually buying into these and holding them for years and years and years to go in the future because they have such big long-term prospects in front of them, okay? It reminds me very similar to Planet 13. The stock is not Planet 13 we're about to talk about here, but Planet 13, when I first started buying that, some people thought, oh, what is this, some P&D play Jeremy's in here or something like that, right? Because it was under $200 million market cap when I first started buying that stock. And absolutely not. Companies just executed phenomenally. They've raised money. They've built more stores. They're doing amazing. And I still hold every single share I bought of that stock ever, okay? $1.25 is my original cost basis there in the public account. And then in my main private account, I'm now up to a $3.28 cost basis there. I've been averaging up on Planet 13 over time, and I might continue to average up on Planet 13 over time. But that's just the way it goes. Like if a company does great, I'm gonna continue to buy the stock and buy the dang stock, even if it goes up from where I started buying at, okay? And so this stock we're talking about here is called Avant Brands. Now, you might have never heard of Avant Brands. That's because they used to be GTEC, okay? GGTTF used to be that stock. I went ahead and bought 44,444 shares here today, okay? And now I am up to 444,444 shares in my main private account of Avant Brands, essentially, okay? We're doing very well in the position so far. I think we're gonna be doing a whole lot better in future years. It's really gonna come down to how this management team does, Norton over there, the CEO, how they execute when it comes to this company overall, okay? Now, in order for me to average up, because I've averaged up on this position, right? I've bought it now higher than when I had previously bought it, right? For me to average up on a position, the story must have gotten a lot better since buying in. And when it comes to this company, Avant Brands absolutely has gotten much better than when I first started buying in this. Just like the planet has gotten nothing but better and better since I bought into that one, right? Same exact thing with this company, okay? Avant Brands, once again, they changed their name from the whole GTEC thing. As far as the latest conference call, which was just a few days ago, Norton says, I'd like to start with our announcement regarding rebranding of the company. We took rebranding for three main reasons, okay? Because a lot of people are wondering, like, why change the name of the company? He says, first and foremost, we're not the same company when we started. We're no longer vertically integrated. We're no longer have debt. We're no longer on the TSX venture, and we no longer have the same board of directors. We now have an extremely focused business model, which we are winning in. And we'll see the numbers in just a minute, okay? Yeah, I would say they are winning in it, okay? The company has evolved drastically since our debut in June of 2018 on the TSX venture, and therefore we felt the rebrand was necessary. Second, as our business model has shifted to become a premium producer, complemented with our highly sought after brands, we thought it would be imperative that we are known as a premium brand house. Third, we felt the name GTEC was outdated. I agree 100%, and did not resonate with our consumers, our investors. Avant, which means innovative, edgy, and forward-thinking, really defines who we are. We were the first ones to use glass jars. We were the first to list terps on bottles, and we were the first to launch a blend in Canada. Therefore, I cannot think of a better term that describes who we are as a company but Avant. The company wholly owned cultivation facilities in BC, Alberta, and Ontario. They have the 40,000 square foot indoor facilities with another 60,000 square feet that is awaiting licensing. For those of you that don't know, the facility is called 3PL, bringing our total to 100,000 square feet. Let me run through some of the highlights of our black market brand, which continues to be the top selling premium SKU in all provinces. Wow, that's a big line there, guys. Top selling premium SKU in all provinces. In the last quarter, black market pre-rolls rapidly emerged as a top seller in BC and Ontario, ranking second in BC and third in Ontario for premium single gram pre-rolls. Also, in the last quarter, we launched Black Market McFlurry. That's kind of funny, okay? A cultivator exclusive only to us, with overwhelming success in consistently selling out within a short time frame. And finally, Black Market experienced a 38% growth in sell-through over 3.5 gram products year over year in BC. Our overall portfolio continues to perform well in the marketplace. Our international export strategy, this is key, okay, is now beginning to take shape. In the last quarter, we entered into an agreement with Focus Medical, an Israel medical cannabis company. Under terms of this agreement, our initial shipments of the Jack Jackson will be produced by a facility in Ontario, Grey Bruce Farms, with the expectation to export 500 to 1,000 kilos per year. We continue to develop our international export strategy in target markets where we believe our products can gain near-term market traction. And it just makes me think, when is the United States coming, okay? I feel like at some point, this company's gonna get over in the States. I don't know when, I don't know how. I feel like it's gonna happen eventually though, okay? And maybe they're too small right now. Remember, this is a very small company right now, and they're expanding rapidly in Canada. Their focus is really on that. They got that deal with the Israel medical company there, okay? But you know, eventually they're gonna have to make their way over here. They probably just need to expand more, get the brands more well known in Canada, and hopefully then they can start slowly maybe getting out of Canada into just, you know, the United States as kind of hopefully being maybe the main focus over time, right? Canada is a great market for them, and that should continue to be a great market, but long term, there's no doubt the bigger market is going to be the United States by a mile, right? And so if you're going to build a really big company, right, with billions of dollars of market cap, you got to get over to the United States eventually. I'm not saying it can't happen with just being a Canadian company, but I mean, the opportunity in the States is just crazy, right? The company posted gross revenues of $2.9 million in Q2 2021 compared to $2.2 million in the previous Q1 2021, representing an increase of 30%. That's just quarter over quarter, guys. That's unbelievable. For the prior Q2 2020, revenue increased 93% from $1.5 million. Sales by volume in Q2 2021 was 394 kilograms compared to 342 kilograms in the previous Q1 of 2021, representing a 15% increase. And for the prior year Q2 2020, 183 kilograms, representing an increase of 115%. In the previous Q1 2021 and recreational Jack Jackson sales represent 82% of total sales and 83% of total sales for the prior year Q2 2020. So basically, you know, recreational sales making up the majority of their business. Cost of sales increased to 1.15 mil compared to 1.2 mil. So this I love here, okay? Cost increased $300 million, right, quarter over quarter. But revenue increased $700 million quarter over quarter. That is something I like to see. I like to see revenue that's growing, you know, exponentially faster than the cost of sales. And that's exactly what's going on for obviously Avant Brands here. I like that, okay? Turning to the balance sheet, during Q2 2021, the company closed a bought deal unit offering for gross proceeds of $23 million and a small $2.75 million non-brokered private placement. In aggregate, the company raised over $25 million. As at the quarter end and currently, the company has a cash balance of $17.6 million. Upon closing of the financing, they repaid 2 senior secured promissory notes with NFS leasing totaling approximately $6 million. This will deliver over $1 million in interest savings over the coming 12 months. The company is now free of all debt liabilities with all security interests removed and the company's assets fully unencumbered, okay? I like all that, okay? Now, this is big here, okay? This kind of closing remarks here. Norton says, thank you, Kendra. You know, that's kind of when she's, you know, closing out the CFO related things, right? He says, before I open up for questions, I'll spend a moment reviewing our outlook and leaving you guys with a few takeaways. The growth trajectories we saw in Q2 2021 are continuing into Q3. Key. That is so dang key, okay? We are in a position where we cannot keep up with demand and are eagerly awaiting the license for 3PL. That's big, okay? Big. I love hearing that, okay? We are in a position where we cannot keep up with demand. We have now entered into a steady state of listings and orders where we know what we will sell, in what formats, how quickly it will sell, and at what price point. Furthermore, we have our cultivators optimized now, so our harvest will be just as consistent as our forecasted demand. That's big, okay? That paragraph, to me, meant as much as the entire rest of the dealio, okay? And the way I look at Avant Brands, I look at this company and I say, could this company be a $1 billion+ company someday? And I think they have a chance to, okay? And that's why I'm investing in this company. It's a very, very small market cap, maybe 100 mil, maybe under 100 mil, I don't know, somewhere around there, okay? And at the end of the day, I believe there's gonna be, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of companies that have, you know, $1 billion+ market cap, and there will be some companies that have $10 billion+ market caps, right? And I'm just talking in the Jack Jackson space. Huge industry that's all going to the legal side from illegal side, right? And so I look at the way Avant Brands is building out their business and I say, they got a chance, man, and I'm willing to take that risk, okay? They got a successful business. Worst case scenario for me is they just, their whole business stalls out, they can't ever grow it, and the market cap just flounders in, I don't know, let's say the tens of millions of dollars, something like that. Best case scenario, in my opinion, is this company just continues to knock the ball out of the ballpark and they continue to grow and grow and grow, and over time they get to a place where they start hitting 50 mil on the bottom line, 100 mil on the bottom line, and they grow to a $1 billion+ market cap. That's my hope. We'll see what happens, okay? Speaking about Jack Jackson companies, hey, The Planet, we're gonna mention this one again because you know why? I might actually be buying this one again soon, okay? It's been in the $5 range recently. Here today, it's making a big upward move of nearly 5%, so it's just over $5 right now. It's in the $6 range, right? But the stock has been selling off, and anytime it gets in the fives, I get interested in the stock, right? I'm gonna check out the Orange County Planet store probably within the next couple weeks. I wanna see that for myself. I've seen pictures, I've seen videos. I wanna see it for myself in person. So I'm gonna check out that. I'm gonna drive out there to Orange County within the next couple weeks, about a 4-hour drive from here, okay? I'll stop to supercharge at some point, okay? And I'm gonna check it out, and I'm gonna see what's going on there as far as that goes. And maybe I end up buying that one. And I really want to see for myself like how special that store is and how well I think it can do long term, okay? Next stock up here of the bunch is Corsair Gaming, CRSR. This should come as no surprise to a lot of the people that watch my YouTube channel each and every day. Yeah, I've been buying the stock. I'm going to continue to buy this stock. The valuations just continue to gotten pushed down in the stock, well under a $3 billion market cap, forward P under 15, gaming, streaming, beautiful brands that people absolutely love between Corsair, Elgato, and their other brands. And so I'm looking at this one, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna continue to buy Corsair. By the way, in regards to Corsair, earnings are coming very soon. August 3rd to be exact, before the market opens. That's going to be big, okay? Another stock I'm considering buying is SmileDirectClub, SDC. Now, this is a stock I've never ever bought before. SmileDirectClub, under a $3 billion market cap. You've probably heard of them before. Essentially, you know, they're the company that does like clear aligners, those sorts of things. They're expanding their business even into more things. They're supposed to get deals with Walmart going. They already got some deals, but they're supposed to get bigger ones. It's a very exciting stock, but Wall Street's not excited about it. It's one of those stocks where you know, Wall Street's looking at this and they're saying, show me, and then we'll get excited. Some stocks get that benefit of the doubt when they just, you know, hey, you know, Wall Street just has their back and they just can push up, and it doesn't matter what they come out with as far as exciting news, Wall Street just backs it. SmileDirectClub, let me make it very clear, that is not one of those stocks. It is a stock that Wall Street wants to see the proof, okay? And that's why the stock has continued to get hammered despite, you know, the company announcing some pretty exciting things. And so that one I'm looking into more deeply, and maybe it's a stock I buy. Another stock I'm looking into as far as research mode right now that's a potential buy is a company named Fastly. FSLY. This company has gotten destroyed in terms of its stock price, right? Look at the 52-week range in the stock, $136.50, and I mean, woo! I mean, it took a hit, needless to say, right? And now it's been trading at 52. So I saw the stock recently. I know there was a lot of hype around the stock in the past, and so I'm gonna research this one and see if there's anything here. Whenever I see a 52-week range like that, I'm like, let me at least research and see if this here. The company's actually a really fast-growing company, so I'm actually surprised it's you know, it's so far low compared to its 52-week high. But then again, a lot of the fast growth companies have been getting hammered, right? Look at this. You know, the company's losing money, or expect to lose money, right? Next year, expect to lose money again. I don't like those type of companies that, you know, year in and year out, they're losing money. But at the same time, if this is one of those that can also flip and turn a profit pretty soon, then that's when the, you know, stock prices sometimes can see some huge increases, right? Sales growth, 31% plus. For current year, next year, 26% plus expected. So it's interesting. I'm gonna do some more research there, you know, and see if there's something there, and maybe it's a stock I end up buying with some of that Shopify money. Thank you so much for joining me here today, guys. As always, see you next time. If you're looking to scale your portfolio to hopefully much bigger numbers than you're at today, and you want to check out the private stock group, private Discord chat, you want to learn everything that's included with that, check out the pinned comment down there. And if you want to apply to join that private group, it'll be right under the video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.